Negative exponents can be a little tricky, but if you follow my steps, you should be able to get through it without any problems. Negative exponents are very bad in math. You need to get rid of them. So to make a negative exponent positive, you want to take it to the opposite side of the fraction bar. So for example, we have x to the negative second in the bottom of the fraction. So to make that a positive exponent, you want to take it to the top of the fraction. So right now on the top of the fraction we just have 2. We're taking this x to the negative squared from the bottom to the top, so it just becomes x squared. And since there's nothing left in the bottom, you put a 1 there, or you don't need to put it at all. It'll just be 2x squared. So the next example, we have x to the negative 6, and you might say that does not look like a fraction. But every problem is a fraction. If it doesn't have a fraction bar, that means there's a 1 underneath of it. So x to the negative 6 is on the top. To make it positive, we need to take it to the bottom. So if I draw my fraction bar, x to the 6 has to be on the bottom. You don't have anything left on the top, so you put a 1 to hold the spot. Second example, I have y to the negative second on top. So to make it positive, it has to go to the bottom. So fraction bar already have an x to the third on the bottom. I'm bringing down a y squared. I don't have anything left on top, so you have to put a 1 to keep the place. Next example, we have x to the negative 6 on top. To make it positive, it has to come down. So we leave the x squared on top. We already have a 5 on the bottom, and we're bringing down x to the 6th. So then you need to look to simplify that. I have 2 x's on top. I have 6 x's on bottom. So you look to cancel out the x's. I don't have anything left on top, so you just put a 1 to hold the spot. Your 5 stays, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 x's left. So that'd be x to the 4th. Alright, next example, I have x to the negative 3 on the bottom, so to make it positive, it has to come to the top. Right. Now on this one, I already have an x to the third on the top, and then I'm bringing up another x to the third. I have nothing left on bottom, so I just have a 1, or you don't need to put that at all. So if I have 3 x's here, and I have 3 x's here, that means I have 6 x's total, so it would be x to the 6th. Go ahead and pause the video and do these 2 problems. Okay, for the first one, you need to change it into a fraction, so put it over 1. Since it's on top, to make it positive, you have to take it down. So at the bottom of the fraction, you should have x to the 5th. At the top, there's nothing there, so you put a 1 to hold the spot. Number 2, you have x to the negative 8th on top. To make it positive, it goes to the bottom. On the bottom, we have y to the negative 7, so it needs to go up on top. So we're basically just flipping this fraction completely around. So x to the negative 8, take it to the bottom, make it positive, makes it just x to the 8th. Y to the negative 7th, to make it positive, it goes to the top. So it just comes y to the 7.